It's just gone. We're in trouble. I know people talk about learning from losses, but was there anything you found playing five stack with these guys? Or today, we're talking to the man who aged 5 years in one sprint, Coach Sieh. We're diving into what went wrong, who caused the most grey hairs, and if Split 2 is finally the comeback arc or just more pain. Let's find out. Hello, CA, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Shall we dive right in?
Good, yeah.
Alright, CA. So let's just rip the band aid off. Split 1 didn't go as planned. At what point did you feel like, yeah, it's just gone? We're in trouble.
The Aura match. Definitely the Aura match. I mean, we went into the Aura match thinking like week two could be different. We made changes. We brought Simple in. Never went out, and we got slammed on the Aura match. Like the Aura match was our worst game in most aspects, but mentally especially. And I think after that we played better in the SATL match, and we played better going forward, but I feel like at that point was where we're like, oh shit, yeah, we are in deep, deep shit, to put it simply. And we also needed that match to keep Promorello in our own hands and not sort of rely on other people or matches or whatever. So we losing that made it very difficult.
Completely agree with you. I honestly feel like everybody, not just Asterisk, everybody thought that we would clear Aura. It was a match that everybody overlooked. So, when that result came, I think it was a big shocker for everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely agree. Was there a specific match or round where you just wanted to alt F4?
No, man. I mean, I've seen comebacks from like the worst of scores against me, for me.
Hmm.
So as
So
long
just
as we don't lose or win, like it feels very hard to not look away from the screen. Like the idea of turning it off is just horrifying, honestly. Like I wouldn't know what happens then, and I'd have to wait to find out.
I know people talk about learning from losses, but was there anything you found that was actually useful from all this mess that happened in Split 1?
Hmm. Yes, 100%. I mean, will it be useful or not? We will find out in the next few months. But I think it is very useful, and we have these pieces that sort of are your way forward and how you want to your like win conditions, so to speak. So hopefully we can find the wins through those win conditions.
All right, yeah, fair enough. If you had to make a highlight reel of Split 1, what would the soundtrack be? Something tragic?
Soundtrack. I'm so bad at like remembering songs. Like, can you give me options or something? Like, wait,
I feel like if I give you options, I think that
what
ruins
are
the whole
tragic
purpose.
songs though? Like, I can't even remember a tragic song.
Tragic songs? No clue.
How about like, mm, take me to church? It's like
Take
we
me to
got
church.
taken to church. Yes, I don't
Okay, okay. I
know.
mean, sure. Let's can go with that.
Yeah, I can't really think of songs to be honest though. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Let's break the ice here.
Mm.
As a coach, which player has given you the most emotional damage? Not in a bad way necessarily.
I I don't know. I don't get emotionally damaged, honestly. I mean,
You know.
people piss me off, and we
Mhm.
have interactions where people know maybe they've done something wrong or they behave like, I don't know, not ideally, right? Uh, I personally don't care. I don't really hold grudges, but I mean, it is what it is. So I don't think anyone has emotionally damaged me, but I mean, it really did suck that we had to make that change after the first match of Split One. So
Mhm.
uh,
Right. Just coming back to that, do you think that change affected the team in a positive way or in a negative way? Not in terms of the gameplay that they had, but in terms of their IRL life or their mental
negative
state.
way. I mean, negative way. Change in general doesn't affect people well. I found that in most competitors, what they struggle with is the ability to handle change and accept that sometimes change is not in your control, and you as an individual can sort of focus how change affects you and the things around you, but you can't control change itself, like what is changing and how it's changing. So I think every single one of the players had a very difficult time, like focusing on themselves during that change.
Hmm.
Even
Yep.
though, I mean, whether gameplay improved or not, I will leave it up to y'all. I have my own opinion, of course, but uh, it just came down to, in my opinion, as a competitor, the minimum standard required is your absolute fucking best. So if you're not giving that minimum of your absolute best, it becomes a case of like, oh shit, uh, where have we gone? Why
Yep.
did we
Yep.
work?
True. True. To wrap up the split one recap, we'll end it with be honest. How many timeout speeches were just you trying to cope in real time?
Maybe like two. Yeah.
Would you want to
Uh,
give the specific
I
match?
remember the first one, the Haven one, because like nobody was listening, right? So feels like I'm speaking to a wall sometimes. Because they're just so low. The Haven where we got 13-1 or something, the first ever
Ah,
match of the
right,
split.
right, right.
Versus G Academy, no. Yeah. That?
Now moving over, obviously split one ended. You guys made a really big change, which was Bullet.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that the Bullet change was necessary? And if so, why was it necessary?
We went into split one thinking we could work without an IGL. Honestly, just because we were really struggling in the transfer market. I mean, not struggling in the sense that I don't know, we were not making anything happen. Just things were not working out. We wanted to go with Arjun for a while, but he ended up not playing Valorant, and then certain deals fell through, and we just started the split without an IGL. So yes, I needed me an IGL coming into split two because it became impossible to rely on everyone to do their individual jobs when everyone was incapable of stepping up to their individual standards. Like I'm not gonna say it's impossible, right? Because we had moments where Near stepped up to be the IGL, Wave stepped up to be the IGL, and like we tried that as well. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it was just supposed to be five people doing their own jobs, kind of, and the game plan being what I bring to the table. But nobody could handle that, so we needed an IGL. Yes, it was necessary.
Obviously IGLs, there are many IGLs. Why particularly Bullet over, some of the other IGLs that you may have had contact with?
Okay. I wanted someone who would fit me stylistically and someone who could play out the plans that sort of did give us some success maybe in split one, and the things that we learned to do better for split two.
Right. Obviously, moving into promo relegation, you guys faced EXO.
Hmm. Yeah.
Was there a point in that match where you felt like, yeah, it's over, we
Over?
can't win now?
No, but I got angry in that match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you at who or why,
Okay.
but
Sure,
I
sure.
will tell you between which maps and you can figure out the rest. It was
Okay.
between map 2 and 3, and there was a significant change in performance in certain individuals between map 2 and 3, and I got angry at the end of map 2. And I say that because I don't really get angry often. I just get frustrated and walk it out. But our icebox was horrendous. So
Yep.
I didn't think it was over because I think we'd win the fracture. And I mean, we threw the fracture. So yeah, I think I was right. But yeah, tough time.
All
Tough
right.
going.
Yeah. Obviously, we were speaking about you getting angry. Obviously, when you guys lost the match, not only you would have been angry, it would have been the players as well. So how do you think the players took this? Were they with you in this? Were they supporting you? Were they like, yes, Sia has my back coming into split
There is
two?
no back to have at that point. I mean, yeah, I have their back, but that was our last option to do
Mm-hmm.
anything as a team. As soon as we lost that, the team was finished. And
Mm-hmm.
um, if the idea is like, couldn't you go back and play Premier and blah blah blah? I think the organizations and honestly my standards as well are that I would like to be plus plus, not go back, you know, and play VCLs and Ascensions and like franchise. So I don't think the team had anything left to keep after that point, and everyone knew that. There's also like a couple of our players who are taking a break or retiring maybe or are considering their next options. I think Near and Wave joined the team together, or we're going to at least, if
Hmm.
I remember. And then, yeah, I'm gonna like check in on all of them eventually, but I would just say that they're people I know well now and good friends in some ways at least. And yeah, that's it. I don't think there was anything else for me to have their back on. I mean,
Yep.
if it the hiring process or whatever, then yeah, we kind of
Yeah.
just lost our path at that point.
Yep. Yep.
There's nothing left.
Got that. Fair enough. Yeah. Out of everyone in the team, who would you not trust to make a last minute role change and actually do good on that map?
Oh, I mean, last minute role change and not do good on that map.
Yeah, like
Uh,
they're confident that I can do this here, and then they just and they don't or they can't, and they just bulldoze down on the leaderboard.
no, no, I don't think any of them have earned the right to be confident in. I honestly, I feel like Valorant players don't like changing agents or roles last minute. So, as much as I would like to have a player who does that, I would flip your question the other way around and tell you that like you should be asking who is good at changing it because it's very hard to find anyone who is good at
Hmm.
changing the last minute. So, if it's who is bad at changing it, everyone is fucking bad
Everyone.
at changing. I would not trust any of them to change the
Fair
last minute
enough.
and perform,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Uh,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Obviously, on the player topic, what do you think would be harder, playing five stack with these guys or making calls for them?
Oh, harder
Yes.
play. Uh, I
What do you
mean,
think would
playing five
piss you
stack.
off
Yeah,
more?
like if I'm making calls, I just have to make calls. If I'm playing
Okay.
the five stack, I can't actually keep an eye on all of them. I don't know if
Yeah.
Yasera decided to just send it or fucking like the crossfire broke or what went wrong. And I mean, in my opinion, in Valorant, the caller isn't supposed to be like the CS micromanaging type caller or even like other games. It's supposed to be more of like a holistic structure where people kind of pipe in more. So if I'm
Mhm.
playing, then I think I would contribute lesser in terms of the calling. So I think
Yep.
easier would be calling. More fun would be playing though. I think I would rather play than just sit and call. Yeah.
All right. Yep. That's the end of the promo relegation segment.
Okay.
We move on to the planning for Split 2, which is up and coming.
Uh-huh.
You guys, I'm pretty sure fixtures have come out. Your first match is against Velocity, if I'm not mistaken.
Nodwin says that's false, but I don't
Oh,
believe them. But
oh,
maybe I should believe them. I don't know, man.
right.
But yeah, apparently we're playing Velocity.
I mean, let's just take it as we are.
Yeah.
You obviously have brought in some fresh faces. I've talked about Bullet just now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what were you really looking for this time? What did you want different from Split 1 that you really want to incorporate in Split 2? Was it aim? Was it attitude? What was it that you really just wanted present in Split 2 in your roster?
Think consistency across everything, like attitude, mechanics, game sense, your ability to sort of adapt and play. May that be different comp or like styles because we need to play different ways against certain teams. So yeah, just consistency and sort of the individual and how they're able to build their way up. I don't really care where people are right now or
Hmm.
what their potential is. I mean, that matters to me, but it shouldn't to them. For them, it's more just about are they on an upward curve or a downward curve. So we try our best to keep it upwards and yeah.
Right, right. 100%. Obviously, teams like Paper X have their identity, W Gaming, and all these teams have their own identity.
Hmm.
What do you think Asterisk in Split 2 would have as their identity? Are we a structured team? Are we a more firepower team? Are we a patient team? What would our identity be?
I don't know. I mean, I always think that identity is something that the team doesn't define. People do for you. It's a narrative, that
Mhm.
people set up around you. So when you watch us play, I'll let you all decide. When you set the narrative, I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong, whether we were trying to do that or you're just making shit up, you know. Um, but either way, I think what our identity is gonna be is just I think in general, I don't know if I should tell you that, but
I mean,
honestly,
you
check
can tell me
with
anything.
your editor and decide. But we play to exploit.
Moving on from what you've seen so far, do you feel like this squad can genuinely contend at the top, or do you still feel there's still some work in progress?
I mean, I feel like that statement is asking one thing but literally saying another. Because can we contend? Yes. Are we a contender? No. Uh, there is definitely work in progress, and it would be stupid to call ourselves a number one contender without actual performances to back it up and like to dream about it. Oh, could they be a dark horse kind of thing? But can we contend? No, no coach is ever going to say no. You cannot contend because I mean, if he's going to say that, it's because he's going to go out there and be like, "Tata, bye, bye, guys. We're replacing all of you and going next." And we're not
Right.
replacing these guys. We just brought them in. So since we just brought them in, yeah, of course, can contend.
Mhm.
Hopefully, we will establish ourselves as a contender after the first match.
All right. Let's say we mic'd up the comms.
Okay.
Who's gonna be exposed for being too dramatic?
Dramatic.
Yup.
Wow, no, I am. I have an answer and I'm not giving it.
But you will have to give the answer because we'll be doing voice comms, right? So
Yeah,
everyone's gonna end up
please,
knowing.
right? Yeah, yeah. At least I'm not putting words in names in my mouth, right? You find out for yourself and make your own conclusions. I am not handing it to you all. No, no.
All right. Sure, fair enough. We have a very respectful coach here.
I just don't like calling
Um,
out people.
Fair enough, fair enough. If split two ends with a win,
Uh huh.
how are you celebrating? Beers, ball cut, or just some sleep?
Ball, but
Yep.
if split two ends with the win, I think you might have to beat that. But we will be in Delhi for LAN because they said split two, top three
Mm-hmm.
goes to LAN.
Top three goes to land. Yep.
Yeah, so if we will be in Delhi with LAN, then I think I will likely just go out with the team, show them a bit of Delhi. I used to live there when I worked at Norton. I used to live in Gurgaon, so
Mm-hmm.
at least close enough. And but other than that, just work with split three, bro. Split two is so small. We need to get to the Ascension LAN, like the qualifier, and do
Yep.
well there. Yeah. So start
100%.
working. Uh,
Mhm. Out of topic question,
yeah,
but you mentioned that split two, and if it ends with a win, you guys will be going to. I mean, top three goes to land, right?
yeah.
Have you seen the recent drama between DRX and Talon? Would you know, do something like that on stage? Are you up for some drama like that, or are you completely against that whole situation that happened on stage with Talon's coach and DRX's coach?
I'm not against someone making a statement for what they believe in a respectful manner, where
Hmm.
there is no sort of hands-on like or very vulgar like sort of action involved, which I don't think
Hmm.
Frost did. He was very
Yep, yep.
respectful in that way. But personally, I don't know the context of what happened between them. Like, there's very like widely ranging and differing sort of statements.
Yep.
And
Apparently,
I am not a very
it's mainly due to scrim leaking. Apparently, from what
yeah, no,
Frost has
I get
claimed.
that. I mean, but there's no sort of like this is what
Evidence.
happened. It's just
Yeah.
sort of hearsay, what I see at least. And I don't know,
Hmm.
man. I just don't use Twitter that much, so I think I'm not well informed. Would there be
Hmm.
drama? Personally, if there was scrim leaking, I would just expose and
Yep.
reveal it
Get over
publicly.
with.
Yeah.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Uh, and yeah, if I don't like someone, I'm not shaking their hand probably. But I'd probably like do namaste or something.
Namaste.
And yeah, just move on, bro. Like, yeah.
Split one may have broken him, but split two might just be his villain arc. Big thanks to Coach CA. And if you enjoyed the chaos, hit like, sub, and send this to your ranked 5 stack that never listens in timeouts. Thank you guys so much.
Why does the rank
This
5
is
stack need
Bazin.
timeout?
Peace out. What? Okay, wow. Did we just spoil the
No,
recording?
no, that's perfect. Bye
Okay.
bye.